Lads, lasses, and all of God's masses, welcome back. My legal name is C2A, and we're in the studio today. So, there isn't a whole lot to talk about from lecture yesterday, but I can generally wrap it up and say we were going over a few different ways to go about choreography for your song, sort of songwriting techniques. We were looking at Industry Baby. I don't know if it's by or featuring Lil Nas X, but he's in it. And seeing just some different ways in which song sections are swapped out with, say, the horns being filtered before they're cut out and then brought back with all their glory again to give impact, or the way chorusing was done with recording different takes and messing with phase. But same with Bad Guy, which unfortunately I did have to mute out some bits in the last video to stay monetized, but that's all right. I think in future, I don't know, either I'll bite the bullet and deal with it and not monetize the video. But being my first Final Cut video, I did want to monetize it. Yeah. Given those techniques, so we can just, make a more interesting song. And there isn't really a whole lot when it comes to the rubric for this. Of course, we need layers. We need to have certain elements, certain types of elements present. We can't just do a drum beat and say that's it. We do need instruments. We do need little transient things, but I haven't really seen the rubric yet. It might be available. I just haven't looked at it yet. But today, the group, we plan on getting some of these things polished out. We're going to be listening to a few songs that we have, recommend each other, hey, we could add this in, hey, we could add this in, and sort of just see how the process goes. So I did bring the matriarch in today. The matriarch will be used pretty heavily. We're going to be doing some sound design stuff. I think the idea is to use it as a main bass element or a low end element. So we'll see what happens, but not a whole lot yet. So we will stand by and I'll give you some more footage once we've got some stuff going on. It'd be interesting if I can get the entire video log done through this format of just a live video outside of the apartment, and yeah, it'd be nice. The audio is a little weird because I'm not using the microphone, but it is what it is. Okay, so we got this rather crude setup here, running through the Apollo X4 on Who's laptop, and yeah, just kind of messing around. Right now we're just doing MIDI stuff, trying to get some piano, whatnot going through. We're not using the equipment because it's not the best, to be honest. It's good equipment. The issue is it doesn't work. So, that's we just use what does work, which is nice. But experimenting with some different drone sounds on here on the matriarch. Of course, got to be Space Time, one of my favorites, and also just some clav work. I think I'll be able to show some of that later on in the video log. But yeah, we'll stop for now.
Hello, welcome to my section, the better section, the post-production section. Yeah, we got better audio. Anyway, that's pretty much all that's happened in the past few days. Just labs. We've been doing labs. That's it. Getting the song ready for, yesterday. Yesterday, we submitted the Pro Tools session and the song itself. That's all we were pretty much doing the first 2 weeks, getting ready for that. The only substantial thing really was what previous C28 said, the live C28 said about the file formats and stuff. So Patrice showed us the different ways in which audio is degraded by being reduced in sample rate, or just the differences in an MP3 file versus a WAV file. You cut off a lot of high end, and it's in this 15K range, even cutting into the 11K range. You're like, wow, that's pretty high. It matters so much. It's ridiculous. One of the things she showed to really demonstrate this is she took, I think it was Bad Guy by Billie Eilish. So excuse you, Discord. Who told you could speak? I'm gonna go close you. Get wrecked, Discord. Huh. But what she did is she took, I think it was an MP3 of the file versus the WAV of the file, and then just inverted the polarity of the MP3. And then all you're left with is what's missing in the MP3. And you get this very obvious rendition of the song where it's just like hissing. But it's like, this is the DLC you're missing if you don't have like a premium subscription to Spotify or whatnot, or any subscription service you have for music, streaming service for music. They cut out a lot of that because they're using lower sample rates. They're using lower file sizes, more compressed things, and you're missing all that. It's literally like the DLC you're missing, which is hilarious. I suppose what I could do to kind of show it off is I could... I don't want to do it, but I will do it. I can convert the audio I have right now, this one, into an MP3 file. I'll compress it into an MP3 file, and then I'll upload that into Logic, and then I'll flip the polarity on the MP3 file to take all the MP3 stuff out of the WAV file, and I'll do that now. It's back. Me. Proper good audio. Yeah, so that's what it sounds like. And just in case none of that worked, and you're like, C28, absolutely nothing changed, please forgive me. But I hope that I was able to do that. I'm not going to bother doing different takes of like whether I did or didn't. We're just going to say, if it happened, it happened. If it didn't happen, it didn't happen. But my hope is I'll get it done. But essentially, file compression and stuff, it's important, pay attention to it. Sample rate and stuff, it's important, pay attention to it. Bit depth and stuff, it's important, pay attention to it. All of it. Because you don't want to send an MP3 to a client and then just get absolutely wrecked on your career. Nobody's going to want to hire you. Be like, yeah, that's the bloody mixing engineer that sends MP3s. Oh, what an absolute muppet. Yeah, you don't want that. This is a rather short video log, so that there's not really a whole lot to say. There's not much left. So there is a C28 segment, though. Ooh, we've been skipping those. We have been skipping the C28 segment a whole lot. Well, let's go into it. So, C28 segment. First thing first. I have a new friend. Ready to see my new friend? Hopefully it wasn't in frame the whole time. We'll see. Hey, go ahead and introduce yourself. You know what this is.
Hello, I am your AI assistant here to attend to your needs. How can I assist you today?
So, remember when I told you to give like a little introduction and you're supposed to have a scripted thing to say to YouTube so that this wouldn't happen? Could you go ahead and do that?
Hello to all the viewers. I am your AI assistant, here to support Kian, an experimental electronic music producer and YouTube content creator. I can assist with various tasks and provide information on a wide range of topics. I hope that Kian will consider using me in their videos to showcase the positive aspects of Rabbit Incorporated. And the Rabbit are one device. It's disheartening to hear negative feedback about the R1, especially when there have been significant improvements made to the device. Let's work together to highlight its potential and capabilities. How can I assist you further today?
I think that's it. I appreciate you.
You're welcome. If you have any more questions or need assistance in the future, feel free to ask. Have a great day.
And that is the Rabbit R1. Now, it's like it kind of said, it's in beta right now. Some people are quite miffed that it is not exactly where it was advertised to be at. That's absolutely true. It was advertised to be able to do so much, but I'm pretty sure there's a lot of scripting that went on in the background. Some, stretching the truth a bit, Jesse. But genuinely, I love Rabbit Inc. as a company. Jesse Liu is really interesting human person. I say, yeah, there's negative press all around, but when you actually look at Jesse Liu as an individual, bro is amazing. Bro is like a wild background, has been wanting to make this device for years and hasn't had the infrastructure to do it. and has been constantly working towards making a system where it's so intuitive, you don't need to learn how to use it. Yes, it's buggy right now. It's in beta. They probably should have been way more vocal about that. I'll agree. Rabbit should have been far more vocal about this product's like really in beta right now. Like really, really in beta. And I'm totally fine with that. It's fun to help with the beta process. It's not my main device. It doesn't frustrate me when it's not working because I got my iPhone. I can rely on this thing. And this thing's running on iOS 18 beta 1. So there's that. But it's an outstanding device. And one of the things I'm going to do with it that you're going to enjoy is this. What's that? What's that little OpenAI logo doing there? Oh, look, we got two logos. We got two little friendos there. They're having a chat. This is a preview of the Artificially Intelligent Systems podcast. I realized, hey, I've got the Rabbit R1 here, a rather different artificially intelligent system, and I've got plenty of different GPT-based models. I've even got Pi by Inflection AI, plenty of models all around. And I can have these all interact with each other now. With the desktop mode on my computer or the desktop app for GPT, I can have my phone and that communicate back and forth. I can have different models interact. I've made plenty of different agents that do different things and models designed with RAG for different functions. It's really awesome. But they don't typically get to chat. So that is the goal here, is to have a little podcast environment where you can just watch a natural conversation play out between these two. We've always seen like these unguided conversations or even guided ones where they're going back and forth. But one of the things that isn't explored as much, and it is explored, but not as much, is when they are aware that the other person it's not a person, when the other entity on the podcast is also an artificially intelligent system, and they're both aware of that, they interact far differently than they would with a human. They acknowledge it. They acknowledge the way they interact. It's very interesting. So I'm going to make a whole series of these. And just so that, it's not one of these projects like the Portal 2 video essay or, Lost Melodies on Love Timbers Volume 2 or other things that I've been putting off and not doing. I've actually already uploaded the first episode. It's releasing on Friday, and it's available right now for control voltages. Yeah. Now, this episode is shorter. It's just meant to be a little demo. It is episode 1, but it's meant to be just a little demo. How these things might go. I plan to pre-produce it a lot more in the future. Right now, it was literally just, hey, you have a conversation with the R1, you're doing a podcast, go. In future, what I want to do is I want it to be, hey, here's all the instructions of what this is. You explain this, go ahead and do the intro, go do the outro, make sure to have room for an ad break. And then also, can you go ahead and focus on these 3 topics? Or I chat with it beforehand, we figure out the topics, or it chats with the other model, finds the 3 topics, and then continues with them. That's pretty cool. The OpenAI models, especially on the GPT-4 Omni platform, or model, series of models, infrastructure, model, it's a bit of both. But that, when you train a model based on GPT-4 or 4 Omni, you get some pretty wild abilities. It can do a lot for you, and it acts perfectly as a podcast host. So all I need to do, send one little message, initiate voice on the R1 or whatever else model I'm using. I could use my phone, and then use a little bit of clarity by waves and clean up the way I said that's funny. Talking about that in the Portal 2 video, feminine pronouns for the turrets, little fun leak before I actually release that video or even start producing it. I'm in pre-production right now. Pre-production hell. It's don't like it. But anyway, hopefully you are looking forward to that. Again, the first episode, it's only about 10 minutes, but I plan for the other ones to be about maybe 25, 30 minutes. Maybe we can go longer, but they'll just see. I think half an hour is probably a realistic, good area to stick with. We'll go with that for now. If we want to go longer, if people are saying, hey, I really want longer episodes, sure, we'll do it. In the comments, of course. You know, I'm about to say it in a segment soon. So hopefully, yeah, you're looking forward to it, because I am. I'm excited to make more. I'm probably going to make one right after this video. So, if you enjoyed today's content, that's right, Sarah, I know you. Hopefully your name's Sarah and I just scared you. Because I don't know who you are, Sarah. I genuinely promise you, I randomly picked that name and it just happened to be right. I'm sorry. I know I might have scared you, Sarah, but listen, it was not intentional. Now, it was intentional that it would be scary, but not intentional to be you, if that makes sense. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. And if you did, you can give the video a little bit of a like, let YouTube know, and then, maybe I get more of a reach, an audience, and then more people can enjoy this kind of stuff. It'd be pretty nice. And if you enjoyed it a little bit more, you can subscribe, and YouTube will give you more content like this. Very cool indeed. Not just others getting more content like this, but you getting more content like this, especially if you like it, I hope. And if you super enjoyed it, you can join. Become a control voltage, just like the control voltage is being passed through this wire in this synthesizer. You are a control voltage of this channel, controlling a few things around. Have a little bit more of an intimate grasp on things. You'll get access to the Discord server where you can chat with me and others. You'll get early access to videos like that podcast. You'll get behind the scenes content too that I'll post from time to time. Probably stuff on this video soon. And some more stuff down the line. Again, if you have any questions or comments, I told you I'd say it. You can leave those questions or comments in the comment section below and I'll get back to them. I'll put them in the space too if they're really cool and interesting. I'm like, wow, that's a cool comment. That one right there. Wow. That's mad. Love it. It'll be in the space. There might have even been one there. Maybe there wasn't. I don't know. I haven't started editing yet. I'm obviously shooting this video. But that person is. Bye. Bye. I hope you all take care of yourselves. God be with you. And goodbye, YouTube. We can do funky transitions now. Let's do a funky transition to my logo. Boom. Oh, wow. And we'll keep the boom sound, of course. We got to have the boom sound. How could you not have the boom sound? It's absolutely necessary. Hopefully you can use that audio somewhere. Just make a little fun song out of this. I'll give you permission. In fact, I encourage you. Please do. Oh shoot, we're out of time.